Good morning, class. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I'm Miss Vasquez, and today we will be learning about light and reflection. And honestly, tell me, what is light? Light is something that we use on a daily to see, even like we have the difference between night and day. Like in the daytime, there's light. So a light beam is more to say, like when we see a rainbow at the end of a rainstorm, that's due to the light rays from the sun beaming through the clouds that were wet and moist, I guess, but it creates a rainbow. So that's why we have a rainbow. And so then today we will be conducting an investigation and talking more about light rays and how does it beam, or how does it come through. So we want to know what is light and where does it come from. So we really don't know where light comes from, or the light beams come from. Well, we do know where it comes from, but like from your understanding, we feel. So you could even see it through a mirror sometimes. So tell me what your knowledge is with light and reflection. Okay, yep. So we really don't understand how light is reflected. And we don't really know the different types of light rays. So there's plenty types of light rays. There's UV light and color and sunlight, obviously. So UV lights are the strongest light beams that hit us. So when we go, for example, when we're out going to the beach or pool, like what do we have to put on to protect our skin so that we don't get burned, or even maybe sometimes cancerous? And this is why we wear sunscreen, to protect our skin, because our skin is very sensitive. Because I know a lot of y'all have not put sunscreen on, or forget to put sunscreen on when you guys go to the pool or beach, or your mom tells you guys to put sunscreen on. Or even when you guys go to the park, you guys forget to put sunscreen on and you come back so red and burnt. That's because the UVs had gone to like your skin and had just affected your skin so much that you got burnt. And so you don't want sunburns because those hurt. So public service announcement, don't forget to put your sunscreen on because you will get sunburned. And you don't want that because it hurts. So today we will be reading a book and doing a worksheet activity. And at the end, we will be conducting an activity to know more about like sun rays and making your own pretty much prism. Rays of light. So today I'm going to show you guys an example that I had brought today. This is called a prism. A prism, there's a lot of different sides to it. So if you just look right through it, like you could kind of see like the reflection of the other sides beaming through to give you that different look of another aspect. So even when you look in the mirror, like in the mirror you see like different sides of the room when you look into the mirror. So this prism, sometimes there's certain prisms that you look into and like you can see different colors beaming off the other the other walls to create different colors and illusions for you. So this is just another example of a prism. This is a very clear prism. It has colors on one side. So if you look like this way, you could see the colors. There's no color on this side, but as you could see, the color from this side is reflecting to the other side. It's because the light is giving the reflection off, so you get different colors on different sides. So like if you look like that, you see them on multiple sides of this prism, and it's just due to the clearness of the prism, or how clear the prism is, and the color reflecting through the light. So today we will be reading a book. It is called What Are Shadows and Reflections? Or The Day I Met My Shadow. So where shadows and reflections, we will talk about, and there's different vocabulary terms. Don't get too I never heard this word before. Don't worry, ask questions at the end And I will be gladly to help you with them. Even at the end of the book, there's different there's a section for vocabulary words where we could go over them just in case you didn't know the words. If you have questions, be sure to ask. Make sure you have observations and just engage with the book. Okay, so what are shadows and reflections? So what is light? Light is a brightness that shows you the world around you. It lets you see the butterflies and flowers outside. Light lets you play with your cars and trains inside or outside. It helps you find treasures in caves and other dark places. Light really brightens your day. Without light, we would have to rely on other senses to figure out our world. In the dark places do not have much light. It is hard to see in the dark. When the sun goes down at night, our world gets dark. You turn on your flashlight so you could find your way through campsites. You turn on the lights, and inside you can see the milk and cookies before you eat them before bedtime. What do you think? The clues in these pictures will show that light and dark are outside. So, for example, before you go to sleep, what do you have to do? You have to turn off the lights. It's dark. And when you wake up, it's daytime. There's light. Where does light come from? There are many sources of light. A source is a place where something comes from. The main source of light on Earth is sun. The sun is a huge ball of hot gas in the sky. Its light shines down on the entire world and gives light and heat to all living things. Sunlight, shining lights. Light bulbs are another source of light. When you turn on a light in your home, the light bulb glows. The light bulb helps you find flashlights you need for your camp trip. The flashlight helps you go through the woods and the forest and make a campfire. The fire is a source of light too. Light waves. All light sources make light waves. Light waves are rays or beams of energy that our eyes see as a color of the rainbow. When we see the colors together, light appears white. Light travels quickly from their source. They move in straight lines until they meet up with matter. Everything that is made up of matter. Matter is anything you can see or touch. Soak it up. When light meets matter, the matter absorbs of some light. To absorb is to soak up. For example, a red wagon is red because the wagon absorbs all the colors of the light waves except for red. The color is not soaked up, so we see it on a wagon. For example, orange. What is it? The fruit orange. What color is it? It's orange, but there is so many. All the colors are beaming onto this orange, but the color orange, which is kind of crazy to think about. Light bounces. When light hits matter, the matter reflects some of the energy in the light waves. To reflect is to bounce off something. The light bounces from object to object and right into your eyes. Bouncing light lets you see the world around you. Mirror reflects. A mirror reflects your smile. And when you look in the mirror, tell yourself you're beautiful because you are. Period. It can also be used to change the path of light. When a beam of light hits the shiny surface of a mirror, the light reflects off of it. When you move, the mirror moves. It changes the direction in which the light beam travels. Light bends. Matter also reflects light. To refract is to bend or change in the direction of something. Light travels through air, water, and other matter. Light waves bend when they move from one another type of matter into another. Different types of matter makes light waves bend in different ways. Light magic. Try this simple test to bend light. Pour some water into a glass, put a straw or another straight object into the water, and look inside. The straw will look like there's two pieces. It's not a magic trick. Light bends when it moves from water to air. So have you ever noticed you like at a restaurant, you put a straw in and you see like you look through the cup and you're like, oh whoa, why is the straw on the other side? But when it's right here, it's because light beams and the matter changes it. A clear matter. Light can travel through air and water because they are transparent. Transparent matter lets light passes through it, and it does not block light. Windows are also transparent. The sun streams through your windows and shines onto your face. Not so clear. Other matter blocks some of the light, lets some light move through it. Matter that allows some light to pass through is called translucent. Plastic milk jugs are translucent. You can tell that there's milk inside the jug, but you cannot see the milk clearly. Blocking light. Some matter blocks the light. No light can pass through it all. Matter that blocks light is called aquascape. I'm sorry if I pronounced that. I've never said that word properly before, but I apologize. Many things you can see around you are aquascape. Walls and wooden doors are aquascape. Tables, chairs are aquascape. You are aquascape. Make shadows. When light hits aquascape objects, the object blocks the light, blocking the light in a dark area behind the object where the light cannot reach. This dark area is called a shadow. Sun and shadows. The sun makes shadows on earth. It shines down from the sky and lights the world. When tree, houses, and other blocks the sunlight, shadows are formed. Without the sun, we would not have shadows. So for example, this tissue box. Oh, you can't see, I apologize. But as it's sitting on this desk, you could see the shadow from the light because it doesn't get light on the other side. So you see a shadow and the light is blocked on this side, which creates the shadow on the table. Because it's not a translucent object. On the move, your body blocks the sun and creates shadows all around you. When the sun shines in front of you, you see a shadow behind you. When the sun shines behind you, you see a shadow in front of you. Shadows move and change as you run and play around in the sunshine. You want to know why shadows move when you're outside? It's because the sun is moving with the earth, so it is changing positions, which creates these shadows when you're outside. So that's why if you sit under a tree one day, under a nice shady area, maybe an hour or two later, the shadow, like the place where you're sitting under, like where there was shadow, now there's sun. It's because the sun had moved from the earth, or around the earth. Light it up. Follow these steps to see how light passes through different objects. You will see light waves in a whole new light. So, any questions? Any vocab questions? Hit them with me. Tell me. So, we will be doing an activity after this worksheet. This worksheet is called Light Through Objects. So, when a light hits an object, one of three things can happen. If the light passes through the object, it's transparent. If light is blurred, the object is translucent. And if it is blocked, the object is opaque. So let's sit down, relax, and evaluate what we had just observed. So we will be doing this in groups of 4. Everyone will have these materials such as clear plastic, wax paper, cardboard, mirror, and a flashlight. Also a graphic organizer to jot down any ideas or observations that you guys have learned throughout this process. And so, any questions? So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson today. I hope all the information was very valuable and informative. You guys could take on to future references as you go on to the next level. And I just want to say thank you for this opportunity today to let me teach this lesson. So thank you guys. Have a good day.